how does India bonds sort of fit into this? How do you exactly simplify bond buying for a first-time investor?
Very good question. I think we've really debated it to a large extent. And we, in the initial days, and we still try to solve for it, there are two main hurdles that existed. The first one being education and awareness. People do not know what a bond is. And again, for this audience, for your large audience, a bond is nothing, is a loan to a company or a government. Loans have existed for thousands of years. That is exactly what a bond is. So we've actually tried to solve the education and awareness program or the problem first. Now, how do we do that? We have something called a bond university. India Bonds has Bond Uni, which has all the basics, fundamentals, a lot of podcasts, a lot of original content that we've written so people can read and study about it. We've done over 50 webinars in the last 4 years, and I do encourage my other colleagues in the industry to follow that suit. We've done educational webinars. We've done webinars with CEOs and CFOs. So if a company were to issue bonds, we've got the CXO and the CFO, and sometimes we did municipal bonds, and the mayor of these cities have come onto our platform. I said, you got to talk to the masses, explain your company, and explain your story. Other things that we do, again, on education is, for example, with NISM, which is a SEBI initiative, I go and teach about 1,000 to 2,000 students online a month with the professors there and talk about fixed income. Sessions like this, thanks to you, it helps us. We've partnered and actually worked a lot with financial media, journalism, digital, trying to explain and done the hard work of education awareness. I genuinely believe in creating a large-scale pie. I do not believe in selling just bonds because, it's not, for me, it's not technology that today I put a table on a website and I sell more tables. I do find that sometimes people are just selling triple B or very high yielding bonds.
High yielding bonds with high risk.
Yeah, but India bonds, we offer the entire fixed income spectrum. We offer government securities if you wanted, treasury bills. We offer AAA rated bonds at 6-7%, highest safety. We go to 8, 9, 10. Let people decide. As a policy, we don't even offer triple B minus. It's the riskiest category in corporate bonds. We do not even offer it. We said at some point we just, cut off the riskiness. So education and awareness is something which we really pride, and we've invested a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of tapes and hours doing that. The second thing is about access. Now, as you were talking, 3-4 years ago, it would take 48 hours. Thanks to technology, a KYC on our platform in India Bonds takes 3 minutes.
Same as any equity trading platform.
Now, but it did not exist before, right? Now, the problem with fixed income was that there was no financial infrastructure around payments. So what we did and used technology is for 3 or 4 main things, right? One was information dissemination. People didn't know. If I tell you, hey, go and buy a bond, you said, where do I start?
Where do I start?
Now, if you go to India Bonds platform, we have 100 bonds on offer.
I mean, typically somebody who had access to a broker would call their broker and say, I have to buy a bond.
And the broker said, why do you want this equity will give you double the money?
Correct.
Do you want to buy? They would not even ask you that you want to buy for 2 year, 3 year. On our platform now we have 100 bonds to choose from. We've categorized it: high yield, state guaranteed bonds, public sector bonds, government bonds, monthly income bonds, 10,000 rupee denomination bonds. So we help the investor make a choice. It's about actually having a very wide variety of the entire fixed income, which is not generally the practice in our industry. So we've kind of differentiated around that using technology. The second aspect of using technology or what India Bonds does different is we worked on the solution. So we actually have a lot of analysis tools for an investor to make a decision. What do I mean by that? 4 years ago, we sat saying, how will a guy buy a bond if he cannot even see where the bond is? So we made a bond directory which lists all the bonds in the country. Then we made a mathematical tool called a bond calculator saying, how will a common man calculate his returns if he doesn't have the tools to do that?
Okay.
So we made a bond calculator. Then we said, okay, now if I have few bonds, how do I look at it? So we made a portfolio dashboard. On a portfolio dashboard, if you have 5 bonds, you can see on a risk basis that how much is AAA, AA, single A. You can see cash flow basis. Our system sends you reminders that your money is coming in. So we actually solve for the problem very, very differently. And I don't think a lot of platforms still have adapted to that tools or analysis to doing that. So I think we've taken a different approach in solving the problem. Payments has been one of the big transformation change on all bond platforms, something which we started in 22. When you actually click and buy a bond, your money goes straight to the National Clearing Exchange. It does not touch the platform, it does not touch any stockbroker, and they credit the securities to you.